Okay, this video is for my auntie Lisa. So when a gangster, a lot of people say, don't go to college. College is a scam. It's not worth it. They are so full of shit because if you're trying to get a serious degree, like a doctor, electrician, etc. Literally, what they're saying is through street smarts. Literally, if you apply for a job, literally, if you apply, 9 times out of 10, it's not a guarantee that you get that job. What's the exact opposite? You went to school for fucking 4 years, you did literally over fucking 72,000 hours of hard labor, literally, and a scientist, an interviewer is gonna see that, literally, and they're gonna accept it automatically due to the fact, literally, it's not a fucking dog and dog world like you think it is out there, literally, where it comes to that factor. Alright? Literally, common sense. With that being said, literally, the reason why you got hit with a toaster oven, literally at 30, was the exact same reason why they knew you had cup, that you had all these different girls with different styles and flavors, okay? Literally, and that's the whole topic of this video, alright? Literally, you see how Lily Eris was trying to sneak in Lily his fucking sexual, his sensual Lily against this that or against this that, and a woman kept on staying back and responding with monument because girls are a manifestation of a big man's hard work. Literally, when it comes to getting a whole house, that's why you never get away with your 1/5. That's why you never get away with your fairy tale. But literally, let me tell you something, okay? Literally, with that being said about society, all right. Literally, you need to understand that we would have nothing major, without people avoiding 1/5 and going to college, okay? Literally, so I'm telling you, through and through. But also, if you are wondering about, Uncle T, upstairs, all right. Literally, it's true that you couldn't call out, it's small right now, but it'll be bigger later. How somebody corrected him back in the day, where it came to Lisa, where it came to Sonny, literally, where it came to anybody, including Mama, all right. Number one person who corrected him was Sonny. That shit was so fucking funny on the reality show. Literally, after he was in there saying something for Lisa, literally, Sonny was on the phone. Literally, why Lisa, man? Like, what the fuck? That shit fucking made me cry. But I'm telling you, literally, the main thing that you have, wrong. There are a lot of women in Funimation, literally. There are a lot of women who are literally left behind. Why? Because they had the same straightforward, attitude. This is for a gangster today, alright? A gangster's biggest problem today is after, I got into a book, they got into 1/5, finally for the first time in their life. Alright, you wanna know why? Because Eris put them in a situation where they couldn't fall back on the same cake, where they had to fall back on something elaborate because society wasn't going towards their way, they're going the other way, where Kurds, are reading books and having something that stands out, spontaneous, alright? Alright, and the reason why that happened is the exact same reason why they told me to grow up, alright? You see how Kelly Lily is relying on the same thing, her promiscuously or sexually, her butt as a woman, human being, Lily, and life is getting more challenging, and now you want to lean on somebody like Eris, but Eris doesn't get all the points, literally, and now you can't treat them the same way, now you can't have the summer parties are rude, now you gotta fucking think twice, just like me and his nieces is true. It's absolutely fucking true. And I was a part of many face videos today. In order for them, to stop and break this habit, Lily, and I don't care, Lily, don't even think about eating real food. Just care about somebody, Lily, being real to you. The more you accept fake validation versus real validation, what's happening, but what's dangerous about that situation, guys, is that they can connect it to people. They can connect it to people way more desperate, Lily, and that's one of the lesbian cops, grand strategies, knowing the autistic person asks for respect, Lily, use the size that they're not all up on people, Lily. So they're never gonna get the concept, Lily, that, you're staying away from people, literally, because you understand the concept, literally, while other people are lost, literally, that you can easily get in their pants, okay? So really, you really gotta fucking think about it. So, one of the main traps of Alpha Mega is, she didn't feed you, hard enough. You didn't eat hard enough. Literally, this and that. When I was trained, literally, I said, Leandro, literally, if you're not gonna get your own shit, a banana's gotta last all day. And a banana fucking lasts 2 blocks. Literally, go there, literally, get your shit or whatever, literally, fucking Mega A and B, literally, and then go back. Literally, that's what taught me. Literally, all you need is a fucking top ramen and banana all day. I'm sure I said that before. And who Chris Brown pisses me off, but it's not me. It's other people. People like that. So, literally, a whole lot of people want to stay back in their 1/5. Literally, one to Lily fucking flew off your airplane. Oh, Lily, everything was a fucking disaster. Lily, well, the biggest fucking shit that I just said, Lily, the Morse code, a couple, 10, 15 minutes ago was, Lily, you gave a big ass fucking lesson. The first thing you fucking teach, someone is, don't let, something go for, split screen or widescreen, Lily, and then you fuck around, Lily, are only making for specific people to keep a nerd between, the nerds and somebody silent progressing, alright? And it's really, really fucking irritating, okay? Literally, and when you're relying on the same thing, literally, and life is fucking crushing you, you're allowed to fall back on the same thing, which is a gangster's biggest fucking problem. You have to completely break it. Literally, that's why I said I want to let go of all fake people to that, but you let me and allow me to grow fake people to survive. And if there's anything that I repeat this past this quarantine, was the whole thing that I used to make fun of literally fucking people, literally fucking cops, everybody used to get my block and Jason, literally, like, ha 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 ha, I need a hot Lily, and this is the last time I spent it foolish shit. It's the only situation that didn't work, and it's true. It's completely fucking true. But anyway, Lily, check out my channel, Lily. So what you don't understand about 30 and 29 on my channel, Lily, is that they have things that rotate, Lily, not that, for right now, specific situation, but in life. Alright? Lily, so go check out, my first album, Barcode, on the preview or something on my channel. So go look up Bluetrix Barcode, and go look up GS Final Flash, when celebrities are dying, y'all still we're lying up Paris Hilton. Alright, Lily, so go look up, the Final Flash, Lily, and the Barcode, or if you to recognize, so look up, One Piece Bird Blood today, Lily, it's still the same price. And say there's still players online, but I wouldn't trust it, alright? Literally, don't trust something that's an entry fee like that, alright? That's connected literally to our drowsy, thing that the Indian, people on that's talking about. But anyway, here's the video.